Hey everyone, welcome back to Finance Hub.
The UK government has just dropped a bombshell on millions of workers and pensioners. The long-standing state pension age of 67 is about to change. This isn't a small tweak, it's one of the biggest overhauls to retirement policy in decades. Ministers claim the changes are needed to keep the system sustainable as people live longer, but critics argue it's yet another blow to working people already struggling with cost of living pressures. For years, the idea of retiring at 67 was seen as the norm, but now that timeline could shift dramatically, affecting when you can stop working, how much you'll get, and even whether you'll be able to afford to retire at all. This update impacts everyone, whether you're in your 20s planning your future, in your 50s making final pension contributions, or already approaching retirement. Let's break down exactly what's changing, who's affected, and what you need to do now to protect your retirement. Major changes confirmed to the UK state pension age. Impacts both current workers and those close to retirement. Driven by government claims of longer life expectancy and rising costs. Could mean later retirement and delayed payments. Why the pension age is changing. The official reasoning behind the shift is based on updated life expectancy data, economic forecasts, and the ongoing strain on public finances. The government argues that with people living longer, they are drawing a pension for more years, putting pressure on the national insurance system that funds it. However, this explanation doesn't tell the whole story. Behind the scenes, ministers have been warned about a looming funding gap, as the ratio of working-age taxpayers to pensioners shrinks. That means fewer workers are paying in, while more retirees are claiming benefits for longer periods. The Treasury sees raising the pension age as a quick way to save billions annually, but for workers in physically demanding jobs, this could mean years of extra labor that their bodies can't handle. Life expectancy increases are central to the change. Fewer workers supporting more pensioners creates a funding gap, Treasury looking to reduce the strain on the state pension system. Critics warn this ignores health and job type inequalities. The new state pension age timeline. The change won't happen overnight, but it will happen sooner than many expected. According to government documents, the rise in pension age could be phased in from the mid-2030s, reaching the new threshold several years earlier than originally planned. For those born after a certain cut-off date, the shift will mean waiting 1, 2, or even 3 extra years before they can claim their pension. The speed of this rollout has raised alarm, especially among those in their late 50s who have already made retirement plans based on current rules. Adjusting financial plans at short notice is no small task, and for many, it will mean saving more, working longer, or both. Changes will be phased in over several years. Some will need to work up to 3 years longer than expected. People in their 50s most at risk of disrupted plans. Faster rollout than previous government estimates. Who will be affected first? The changes target specific age groups, starting with those who are still a decade or more away from retirement. This means younger workers in their 40s and early 50s will bear the brunt, but even people in their late 50s could see their pension date move. For those in low-income or physically demanding jobs, the extra years could be punishing, not just financially, but in terms of health and quality of life. Government data shows a stark gap in life expectancy between wealthy and poorer regions, meaning some people will now have to work almost until the end of their life expectancy. Workers aged 40 to 59 most affected. Hardest hit, those in physically demanding or low-income jobs. Life expectancy gaps mean some may only get a few years of pension. Regional inequality plays a major role in the impact. How much will this save the government? The fiscal impact is massive. By delaying pension payments by just 1 year, the government could save over £8 billion annually. A full shift of the state pension age could generate savings of £20 billion or more over a decade. But these savings come at a cost to individuals, who will now contribute more in taxes while receiving fewer years of pension. Critics point out that these figures ignore the personal economic strain, including higher medical costs for older workers and reduced productivity in the workforce. Potential savings, £8 to £20 billion over 10 years. Higher contributions and fewer years of payments for individuals. Does not account for health or productivity costs. Seen as a hidden tax on working people. The triple lock question. The state pension triple lock, which guarantees annual increases in line with inflation, wages, or 2.5%, whichever is highest, has been under threat for years. With the pension age rising, the triple lock's future is even less certain. Some experts fear that raising the pension age will be used as a way to justify watering down the triple lock, meaning future retirees may not only have to wait longer but also receive less generous increases. Triple lock under renewed scrutiny. Pension increases could be reduced alongside later payments. Concern that both age and value of pensions are being cut. Possible double hit to retirement income. Private and workplace pensions. While the state pension is the foundation for most retirees, private and workplace pensions will play an even bigger role under the new system. People will need to review their contributions, investment strategies, and retirement timelines. For those relying solely on the state pension, the gap will be harder to bridge. Financial advisors are warning that without extra savings, many could face a significant drop in living standards. State pension alone won't be enough for many. Review workplace and private pension plans immediately. Consider increasing contributions to offset delays. Risk of lower retirement income without adjustments. The impact on the labor market. An older workforce will mean big changes for the job market. Employers may need to adapt workplaces to suit older staff, with more flexible hours and reduced physical demands. But there's a risk that some workers will be pushed out before reaching pension age, leaving them with no income and no pension. Unemployment and sickness benefits could rise as a result, offsetting some of the government's projected savings. Older workers staying in jobs longer. Need for workplace adjustments to prevent injury or burnout. Risk of increased unemployment among older workers. Benefits costs could undermine savings. Public reaction and political fallout. The backlash has been swift and intense. Trade unions, pensioner advocacy groups, and even some MPs from the governing party have criticized the decision, calling it unfair and short-sighted. Petitions and campaigns are already underway to reverse or slow the changes. With a general election on the horizon, this could become a major political battleground, influencing how millions vote. Strong public backlash from unions and campaigners. Potential for this to become a key election issue. Petitions already gathering momentum. Risk of policy reversal if public pressure mounts. What you should do now. With the changes confirmed, preparation is key. Start by checking your state pension forecast on gov.uk to see your projected retirement date. Review all your pension arrangements, state, workplace, and private, and consider increasing your contributions if you can. If you're close to retirement age, look into part-time work or phased retirement to ease the transition. Most importantly, stay informed, as further changes could still be announced. Check your official state pension forecast. Review and adjust workplace and private pension plans. Consider phased retirement or part-time work options. Stay updated on policy changes and political developments. The government's decision to raise the pension age is one of the most significant shifts in UK retirement policy in decades. While officials argue it's necessary to protect the system for future generations, the reality is that it will force millions to work longer, save more, and potentially retire with less. The move raises tough questions about fairness, especially for those in demanding jobs or with shorter life expectancies. What's clear is that retirement planning just became more complicated and more urgent than ever. If you found this update helpful, Don't forget to subscribe to Finance Hub UK for the latest pension, benefits, and DWP updates. Share this video with friends and family, especially those approaching retirement age, so they know what's coming.